Good evening, viewers, uh, or good morning. It depends where you're watching from in a global village. This is your host again, Dr. Gilbert Githere, Gisharu Githere. Uh, this program is being done during the COVID 19 epidemics, a serious thing. And people are quarantined. You stay indoor. I live in Hawaii, Mililani area. We have been indoors a month now. You can imagine. You can't go out just the way you want. And then when you go out, you got to have a mask, you got to keep distance, you got to keep regulations and watch yourself. And it's kind of mind-boggling, but it's necessary so that we can recover from the effects of the pandemic because economically they have been devastating for the state of Hawaii. The tourism industry has been affected. 98% of the tourists are not coming. And that's a main source of earnings in this place. So there is anxiety, fear, and tension, and psychological effects, of all kinds. So we sympathize with those people, and the first uh, responders, the people who help us, nurses, policemen, and all kind of medical work that is being done now. We commend them and we clap for them. Wear your mask all the time. Today, as I promised in the other analysis which I'm making, these programs are for like tutorial, keeping your mental gymnastics going during these, sad times, times full of anxiety, loneliness, just to give you something. You see me, oh, this guy again in our homes, let me listen to what he's saying. So I'm trying to get people who are interested to get some tutorials. Sometimes you might get interested in doing a doctorate, like I did my doctorate in my 60s, late 60s and 70s. And now I'm a doctor in organization leadership, specializing in education. So you can do it. My wife wrote a book at the age of 77. It's a good age to start writing a book. It's there on Amazon. Try it out. Beautiful book. So you can do things at a late age. You just got to be persistent. Now, this tutorial today, the team formation in leadership, is a very, very important thing. Now, Dias, man and wife, William and I think Sarah, they have written a beautiful book, Dias, D-Y-E-R, D-Y-E-R, Dias, team formation, how to form a team, effective and innovative team. Now, when you form teams in an organization, you must remember there are so many organizations that they fear teams. People want to have power as individuals. And one thing they fear so much is teams because it takes powers from them. When you mention teams in some organization, just, feelings stand up because you're talking of something which takes away power from people. Now, like for example, there's an example Dyers in their book, Team Formation. They give that a couple were married. Let's call them Smith and John, or Kimani and Wateri. When they got married, one time they had a small conflict because Smith or Kimani was a student. He was taking his master's in a college. And they had promised they were going to have quality time with the wife. They were just married. It's going to about 6 months. So they're into that love that they keep aside, might be an evening where they have a drink, they eat nice food somebody has made. So this time, Kimani was supposed to prepare the food because they were going to have a quality time in the evening. But he did foresee that they were going to be given an assignment by the professor, which they had to finish in a certain time, overnight, and hand it in. So he just got into it. At the back of his mind, he had this, they had agreed that that evening there was going to be this quality time with the wife, Amina or Waitere or Jerry or Anne, that evening. So he kind of said, oh, the wife will understand. I got an assignment. I couldn't make it to go make this dinner that I had promised today. And he continued doing his assignment with his friends. At college, they couldn't finish. It was getting a bit late and they had to finish it. So he said, oh, let's go to my place because it's near the university here and finish the assignment. So with his friends, they rushed to his place. And as they went to the place, they grabbed a couple of pizzas and they took them home. So they continued to do the assignment. Now it's evening time. The wife is remembering the agreement they had made. Kimani didn't call to tell the wife, oh, the plans have changed and we are not going to have this quality time, me and you. Things have changed. We're just going to grab pizza and we're going to eat it because I have got an assignment with friends that I brought home without your knowledge. We've got to finish this, a very important assignment. So the wife arrives that day, and when she opens the door, there is this huge group of people chewing on pizza and busy discussing a thing she did not even understand. So the husband, Kimani or Smith or Wamudhenya or Kajiwe, whoever you want to call him, did not even take time to look at the wife that she had come in and kind of explain, oh, I'm very sorry. Go on the side with her in another room and explain, that things had changed. I have not made the dinner I had promised. I didn't even buy the wine I told you because we got an assignment urgently and we have to finish it. No, he didn't. He just continued talking to friends. And the wife went, looked at the kitchen, pizzas, cardboard papers from pizza, and the kitchen was unattended. There was not even wine. And she had bought a cheesecake to come and top up their quality time evening with the husband. And she just put it down there and forgot it and kind of just wondered, how can Kimani do that? So at the back of his mind, and then Kimani realizes, hey, my wife was coming and she doesn't seem to be interested with what they're doing. So, he winds up the meeting, they finished, and then he takes attention of the wife. The wife is so mad, she's crying. Because you can imagine, she was expecting this quality time on that day in the evening, quietly with a candle, with some music, going in the background, John Legend or Brian McKnight or Kamaru or, whoever was going to be singing for Lily William or Fundi Konde in the back, Zilizopendwa, the mushrooms, Nani Asiyependa Tam Tam, something like that. And the wife tells him, how can you do that? Look at the way the kitchen is dirty. I'm coming, I'm tired. I was expecting quality. You never called to tell me you are going to change the plans. You did not even cook anything. Imagine I bought a cheesecake for us to top the evening together. And the wife started crying. And she won't forgive him. Now, to cut a long story short, marriage is a team. It's a teamwork. It's a team of two people, each one with different behavior, character, culture, experience, perceptions, very, very different. Individuals are very, very different when it comes. What motivates Gisharu is not what motivates Adido. It's not what motivates Migot or Daniel or Denje. No. Motivation is very individualistic. Some people, they want Kibunda to be given, a bonus. Kibunda cha pesa, huge amount of money to reward them for their good work. Some people just want quality time to go on vacation, do a virtual reality visit, Kathmandu. Motivation is, so humans are very different. And wives, the same thing. This wife expected that Kimani would call, tell her plans have changed. Please forgive me. We will have to do some quality time some other time. So basically in teams, expectation is very, very important. What do you expect when you work for an organization or you work in a team? You want, like for example, clear direction, vision, and strategy of where you're going. It's made clear. Everybody in a team knows what they're supposed to be doing. They just want to spring things on people. Or you want this and you want it in 2 hours or in 3 days. That kind of work needs a structure and a format and needs time to be thought out. How is it going to be accomplished? What is the main goal, aim of that project? How much is it going to cost? How much manpower is going to require? And what kind of a team is going to make it possible? So, teams, because we talked previously that there are 4 C's. And I'm not going to go back into those 4 C's. You got to go back and refer to them. Competency was one of them. Competency was one of them. Competency as individuals is such an important thing. You got to know what competency every individual in a team has when you're forming teams. Experts on finance, for example, a key element. They're innovators, people who think of that missing link in a chain. That link, they can see it. They always think they're obvious. Like now we have a problem of the COVID-19 vaccine. We're just going to have somebody there, their work might be in a group, but there's a guy already, might be, God willing, who has come up, this is going to cure the human beings. This vaccine going to work. That's what people are praying. And there are people there. They see that link. They're going to play with the DNA of some things, and they're going to come up with a vaccine. You inject it on somebody, it picks on COVID virus and destroys them. Bang! But we got to wait. So, expectation is very, very, very important. Then you see there are people, leaders, they keep on changing assignments. And they keep on reassigning people to different things. Today you are doing this, tomorrow he has given you another assignment without even thinking. Infrequent meetings. These are leaders. They're always calling infrequent meetings. They don't have persistency and timing for meetings. For the feedback, to start something, to continue something, or begin something. And no frequent contacts. Because if you want people to work effectively, you got to create that you meet them frequently. And whenever they meet you, they know exactly you have a vision and strategy, because that's policy. But at the managerial level, the same vision and strategy up there thought by the organization culture, it is also the same thing which is being perpetuated at a managerial level. Let's say finance manager. He's adding on to vision and strategy policy by the owners of the company. And then always there are internal squabbles, conflicts, tiny ones. Somebody's rubbing the other one wrong. Always squabbles a little bit. And you find out there are people who cut shortcuts. If they know there is a team, they start meeting their friends and individuals at face value as if they're favoring them, ignoring the fact that when you call a meeting, unless it is so essential and the group knows that you are meeting so and so, Wamudhenya, you are meeting Wamudhenya today for some reason. You're going to meet Wamudhenya or Kamau. You're going to tell him something. They know you're going to have one-on-one meeting. That's okay. But don't form habits of shortcutting teamwork. And then planning. Program design and goals. You got to have them clearly elaborated. So, the most important thing we discovered, and because these episodes that we are having of team formation, I don't want to bore you because we don't have the facility of go to meeting, and then we can answer questions. Because every knowledge, in most cases, must be applicable to daily life. It must be geared towards changing lives of the people to a better level. Knowledge is just not for knowledge's sake. It's for improving human life and mental gymnastics. But at the same time, it is so important to have effects of teams being seen out there, improving people's lives. Oh, we are the ones who build that bridge. There never used to be bridge for children to cross to go to school. They had to walk miles. A certain team came up. They looked for funds. They looked for logistics. They looked for ideas, how best to do it, where. They involved the team. They had a baraza under a tree in a circle. And they decided a bridge would be good way to use our CDF money. Community Development Fund, CDF. Don't use it for drinking or buying a nice car for yourself and then you pretend, oh, you don't know where the money went. Always people do that. So you have to have first of all, assignment of duties. What job descriptions for everybody. Every member of a team must know exactly what are or her or his job description. What are the responsibilities they go to fulfill? That is very, very important. And once you have all these job descriptions and the information is flowing freely, horizontally, horizontal organizations, you can go from one room to the other one. There is no hierarchy of high tower, ivory tower mentality. That one should be cut out. Responsibilities, job descriptions, and the rewards that are going to come with it. Those appointments have got to be clear. So actually what creates a conflict in a simple way, like where I started with a couple who had just been married. They had this quality time they had planned. There were expectations. The wife, Rehema, for example, or Rukia, or Margaret, Anyango, Akinyi. You know, the expectations. The worst thing you can hurt is people's expectations. You can hurt anything else, but if you hurt people's expectations that they expected to get from their work, then you're in a problem. That team will not be perfect. Now, until some other time, when I deal with the same, we're going to continue and decipher, deconstruct, as Derrida would say. Excuse me. Till we meet again, this is your host, presenter, Dr. Gilbert Gidere saying ciao ciao.